What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to go over modern coins. Is modern coins something good to purchase and resell? I would agree, but you got to be careful. You got to really watch out. You can't fall into certain pitfalls. And IPL definitely plays into the game, as well as rarities. So most of the stuff we're going to be showing today is clad. I'm going to show you stuff to not buy to resell or invest in because it's a complete waste of time. It's basically someone else's mistakes. And then these other coins here, especially they're pretty much all graded. So we're not going to be talking about, putting your pocket change aside. I do that myself when I find really nice BU, perfect, like fresh out of the mint pocket change, because sometimes there could be an error that I'm not aware of. And I like to hang on to it, and I figure 3 or 4 years later, it might be something worth grading. And that'll kind of get into something of this nature. So what we're going to focus on is basically when a coin first comes out, it typically, you have either it's really popular, or you have dealers sending them in trying to get the highest mint state possible. And believe it or not, guys, so let me pull one of these guys out here. We're going to zoom in a little bit here. So a mint state 64 is whatever. That's basically like regular BU pocket change. So why would someone pay $15, $20 to get this graded? Now, I'm going to go over some of the numbers on what I've invested in these, but I basically bought someone's mistake. Oh, I shouldn't say mistake, but they're coins that didn't make them any money. So chances are this particular person got a BU roll of crossing the Delaware quarters, and they submitted a bunch, and they're really trying to get that mint state 68 or that unheard of legendary mint state 69. We're not talking silver here, guys. We're talking clad. So anytime you can get into mint state 68, you might have a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 quarter, just because it's super, super, super rare. So I know you guys are thinking, like, most of you guys stack and you invest in gold or silver. I get it. But you can't really make that much money on gold or silver. You're going to basically get your money back, or usually you're going to lose a little bit if you're looking to flip it pretty quickly, unless you buy perfect timing at the very bottom and then you sell at the very top. But what I notice is most people that stack metals don't do that. They're not in it to resell. They're in it just to park money. So we're not going to really get into that. So first of all, I wanted to show a recent pickup, and I can talk about it. So I picked this up because the seller on eBay made a mistake. Well, I shouldn't say made a mistake. I've bought from this seller before, but they really didn't care that it was a birth set. Anyways, it's a PR70 DCAM. It's the first day of issue, so you can't recreate this grading. So anytime it says first day of issue, you basically have to get one of these in a birth set. You'd have to submit it to PCGS the very first day it was issued, or a certain amount of time, maybe you got a couple days, and then they put a first day of issue designation on it. It also came back with a perfect grade. It is not silver. It is a beautiful coin, though. It doesn't have any milk spotting or anything like that. Plus, it's pretty new, 2021. So check this out, guys. I bought this for $59.99 on eBay, November 22nd. It has a population count of 27. So there's only 27 of these that exist. That's why I bought it. That's why I paid $60 for this coin. Most guys would be like, dude, why did you buy a clad, perfect, even though it's perfectly great? Why did you spend $60 on a clad Kennedy? Well, I like the Kennedy. I think it looks great. I know people collect these and looking for top pops. It is the top pop. There is nothing higher than a PR70 DCAM. They're not going to be able to reproduce this anymore, so there'll only be 27 of these ever for 2021 San Francisco Mint. And I sold it today for $142.65. So how much did I make? Some of you guys care, some of you don't. Here's what I sold it for, $142.65. Cost of goods sold, $60. I'm including a Buffalo nickel as my gift. I still got to ship it out. This is what eBay charged me. That's the shipping cost. $66.16 profit. And I bought this a month ago. So put that in perspective. If you were to buy 2 silver coins, let's say you bought some silver eagles, not the graded ones back there, but let's say you bought 2 silver eagles around 30 days ago. And let's say you got them a really good deal. You got them for $30 a piece. I know the more modern ones go for a little cheaper if you buy them in bulk. But let's say you bought 2 silver eagles 30 days ago for $60. Think you would have doubled your money in around 30 days on listing it on eBay? Heck no, you'd list a silver eagle, you'd be lucky to get $30, $32, maybe $33, maybe make a few bucks. Not double up. So that's why I would say, guys, don't ignore modern coins. They do make sense. Now, some of them you got to go in for a little bit longer haul. So I invested in a crossing the Delaware quarter. I bought this July 4th, 2022. It doesn't say poop there, guys. It says pop. Population of 95. I'm asking $94. It's actually on sale right now. I actually had it listed a little bit higher. So sometimes I'll buy these a little more rare coins because there's only 95 of them. You can't do a first day of issue anymore, so there'll only be 95 of these. It is one of my favorite quarters. And if I don't get $94 for it in the next couple months, I might be able to get $200 for it later in 2024. Again, you can't really find these anymore in your pocket change. There are some dealers or there are some resellers that actually bought a bunch of BU rolls and they do resell them on eBay, but you can't get a first day of issue anymore, period. So there will only be 95 of these ever. Does that matter to certain collectors? Absolutely. Does it matter to most of you guys watching? You're probably like, that's insane. Why would someone pay $94 for a quarter? Well, because there's only 95 of them and people like to put together sets and they'll pay big bucks. If this was a Mint State 68, and it's PCGS, it'd probably be a $2,000-$3,000 coin for a quarter. Seriously, just for a quarter. Now, here in the more modern aspects, I really like this particular design of this quarter, and I did a separate video on this prior, but this you could only get from a 3-roll set that you had to purchase from the U.S. Mint directly. So to get a San Francisco Mint, you're not going to find this in your pocket change unless somebody broke into Grandma or Grandpa's coin collection. So see that S there? You will not find that in circulation. You can only get this coin in a San Francisco minted roll from the U.S. Mint, and you had to buy the P and Philadelphia and the D for Denver. You can't just buy a San Francisco Mint roll all by itself, at least directly from the U.S. Mint. So anyways, this is the coveted Mint State 68, population 75. When I bought it earlier this year for $48, there was a population 68. So they're still making a little bit more Mint State 68s. My ask right now is $80 for this coin. So I'm almost trying to double. But again, if I don't sell this in the next 90 days or 6 months, I might sell it next year, the year later. But this price will continually go up, or eventually, I have a sale right now. So the normal price I'm asking for this quarter is about $100. But again, don't ignore modern. Now NGC is not as rare as PCGS. Very rarely will PCGS ever do a Mint State 68. So if you find this exact quarter in Mint State 68, it ain't going to be $80 or $100. It's probably going to be $300-$400 because the population is probably like 20 or 25. And for whatever reason, in modern, PCGS is a little bit more popular. Does that mean NGC is a little more or less conservative on grading? Who really knows? Honestly, if I look at all these quarters, they all look nice to me. I can't tell what a Mint State 67 or Mint State 68 yields, but again, that's not for my judgment. It's just for me to share with you. Not going to share with you how to grade coins, because even if you were the master at it, it doesn't matter. It's the opinion of where you're getting it graded at. So here's another example, Mint State 67. Can you see the difference, guys? Is there a huge difference between 67 and a 68? Oh man, that 68 is so much nicer. Look how much nicer that 68 is. Okay, I can't tell the difference. But I'm just kidding. Because, like, seriously, that's like the minute difference between the two. Anyways, so there's a population of 355 of these. I picked this one up for $9.49. I picked a bunch up. That was back in June. Again, I like this design. I'm assuming later on someone's going to need a Mint State 67 to complete their NGC set, or if they're going to collect women's quarters. And this is cool stuff. So is that a lot of money to invest in something? No, it's less than $10, but I've got something that's graded. And guess what? If I were to try and recreate this quarter myself in this holder, it'd be a lot more than $9.49. Probably cost me about $15-20 per slab. So you're asking yourself, well, how did you get these slabs so cheap? Again, if you really like a design in a quarter, you want to purchase it right when it comes out. And you basically want to buy it from someone that sent a bunch of these in. And again, they're going for a Mint State 68 or Mint State 69 because those are the quarters that will pay them huge money. And these are kind of like just their set completion type devices. So you can get these really cheap. Now, I forgot what I have mine listed at. I think I have mine listed at like $20 or $25. But again, I bought a bunch and I'm okay sitting on it. So here, I'll give you an example of something a little bit older. So pick this up July last year for $28.39, population 167. I'm asking 75. It's a Mint State 67 crossing the Delaware. My normal asking price is $100 for this. And I got it for $28 back in July when nobody cared about this. I cared about it. I thought it's a great looking quarter. And it is ending up being one of the more collectible quarters as far as modern goes. Here's another example here. Population 160. I picked this up for $19. I'm asking 50. It's a Mint State 66. Not a lot of these out there. So again, someone that's going to buy this, and I've sold plenty of these, they're looking to complete a set. Or they would just like examples themselves. So if they get a roll of BU quarters like this, they can literally send them and compare them to real life PCGS examples. That doesn't mean when you send it in, you're actually going to get the grade. So here's another example. There's not a lot of these, only 65. So PCGS was mean to this person. But again, this person probably got a Mint State 68. So they did okay. I think a Mint State 68 is like a $3,000 quarter. So anyways, population 65, I got it for $9.12. Why did I buy it? Because I can't reproduce this. I can't send a quarter in myself for $9.12 delivered. Doesn't make it, it doesn't happen. Try it yourself, guys. Try and send in a bunch of quarters. You're not going to do it for $9.12. After the insurance, after the shipping, after the PCGS fee, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get it there. So Mint State 65, I'm okay paying $9.12 and asking $37.50. And I got a bunch of these. And I don't mind sitting on them because, again, I only invested $9. And then for super rarity, check this out. Population 45. I actually paid up for this one, $9.60. And this is a Mint State 64. It's actually an even lower grade. So believe it or not, people like to have the lower grade. I've actually sold more of the lower grade ones than the 65s, the 66s, and 67s put together. Actually, I take that back. I sold a lot of the 67s. I think I've sold like 4 of these. Again, there's not a ton of them. Not asking a ton for it, $18.75. But the actual buyer, if they send a quarter in, they're not going to be able to get it for under $18.75 if you tried to recreate this yourself. So you see the pattern here, guys? It's basically, if you can get really good deals on stuff initially when nobody cares about it, and it's a cool looking design quarter. Again, this is the first time they brought back the full head Washington compared to what they've been doing to the quarter since 1999. And we've got the famous crossing the Delaware with Washington with his sword going across. I just think it's a really cool design. So I bought a bunch of these. Here are the things, and I've made money on this stuff, which is great. But again, it's just a different way of thinking. And again, I'm buying stuff that I actually like too. I'm not just buying just because it has a name on it or it's made by the U.S. Mint. I'm actually buying something that I think looks nice. I think I have a pretty decent eye for looking for good stuff. Now, here's some stuff I would never recommend you buy to invest in long term. Now, these are all in flips. These were originally graded coins. And this was a couple years ago when I wanted to basically do little videos on breaking old holders, but also I wanted the holder inside. So the actual little, here, best way to explain it instead of talking about it. So like this one here is for a Morgan silver dollar. So when I'm taking photos of my coins, I'm not holding it with my hands. First of all, I'd have gloves on anyways, but I'm not holding it with my gloves and covering up the coin with my finger. So especially with these smaller coins. So there was a day where I literally bought the cheapest penny or cent, dime, nickel, quarter, and $50 that I could basically find on eBay that day. So, but these are classic examples. So this might have been like $4 or $5. Again, why would you send in a 1974 to ICG for what? A Mint State 64. So that obviously this person thought the coin was going to come back a higher grade. But again, I don't understand. Why would you? And again, that's okay. It's a copper penny, but why? I mean, it's nice, but it's not nice enough to send and spend $10 to get it graded. Okay, here's another example. So this particular seller or reseller probably wasn't the original submitter of the coin. But again, like PCGS, like that's easily $20. Someone sent in obviously like a mint set. It's not silver. It's just a dime. Yeah, it's from a proof set, but it's proof 68. It's horrible. You want a 70. So that was a waste of money for whoever sent that in. And again, they might have sent in a whole set. Here's another example, even a lower grade, 1971S, PCGS proof 66. Again, someone paid $20 to send this in. I just wanted the coin holder of it. Here's a quarter. Actually, really bad one too, so I don't know why someone sent this in. This was a proof 69 decam. I wouldn't even give it a 69. It's got all kinds of marks on it. So I'm kind of dumb. I probably should list this because it actually is silver. So it's worth at least 20 times face as a proof silver quarter, right, guys? Should it be? So maybe $10 for that one. And then here's the $50. Again, why would you send a $50 annex in 1981 S? I mean, you can get these proof sets for literally like $4 or $5. Probably $4 if you bought them in bulk. So again, I don't know why someone sent this in, especially the annex. But again, maybe they're trying to complete a set. Who knows? But this was sent in a while ago because these annex holders are pretty old. So again, I would not invest in stuff like this. Do not invest in low grade, nobody cares about proof set coins, dimes, random dimes from proof sets, nickels, anything lower grade. This is an absolute waste of time. It's also a waste of time for you to send these in yourself to get graded. It's just total waste of money. As you can see, when I basically bought the bottom, the cheapest. So I probably got all of these under $5, probably like $5, $6, $7. And that's with the shipping, guys. So don't invest in garbage that nobody cares about. Invest in stuff that's cool. Like this, as far as going modern. And again, none of this has silver, except the one quarter I showed in here. So again, I'm not here to give you financial advice ever. I'm just showing you my experiences, and I've put quite a few bucks into this stuff, but I believe in it. I like it. I enjoy it. And when it sells and I forget that I paid $9 for something and I sell it for $37, like that gets me excited. And then with that money, I go out and get more stuff like this. But anyone can do this. You just have to have an eye for it. You have to do it consistently, and you really have to enjoy it. Now, again, I like Morgan silver dollars. I like Peace silver dollars. I like the older stuff. I like the American silver eagles, but this modern stuff, a lot of people don't talk about. And if you go to most local coin shops, they're not really talking about it either because they don't care about it either. They'll be like, oh, if I brought this into a coin shop today, they'll be like, yeah, I'll give you like $5 for it because they don't care. No one's coming in and looking for this at a coin shop. Most people that go to coin shops are looking for junk silver, older numismatic stuff like this, cheap silver, cheap gold. They're not really coming into a coin shop saying, hey man, you got that Mint State 68 Edith kind of cool Hawaiian quarter and an NGC. They're not asking for it, but on eBay they are asking for it, and at some coin shows, again, people are looking at complete sets. So hopefully, guys, this helps you out to get a little better understanding of modern, and we'll finish the video off if you're still here. These were the first modern coins I've ever got graded myself personally with PCGS. This is my channel round. Beautiful. And I remember taking these to coin shop, and the coin shop, both coin shops said, yeah, that's probably artificially toned, like that's not real. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to send these to PCGS because I've seen some artificially toned ones, especially when you get like the purple and blue. So I said, I'll send these in myself. And when I got these back, I got them gold shielded, Mint State 68, Mint State 66. The grades aren't the greatest. Actually, it's pretty good for an 86, but the fact that they authenticated these is super, super cool. Not really much more I can do with these particular coins, but that is also something you can spot and go to a local coin shop, look at their toned American Silver Eagles. Sometimes dealers don't care about toned American Silver Eagles. Obviously, the two local coin shops I brought them to, they thought they were artificially toned. So these obviously were not. So again, that's something also you can pick up. If you can get one of these for, again, these are key dates, right? So 96 and 86, which also makes them a little bit more special. So if you could pick up a nice toned 86 for 50 bucks, send it in to get graded, and it's got really cool colors like this, it can be worth a lot. Same with the Mint States, same with the 1996. Just a regular graded 96 typically go for 80 to 100 bucks. But if you get one that's really cool tone, this one's got some gold toning on both sides. Again, I probably had 40 bucks, maybe 50 bucks in this coin. And then I got the gold shield and sent it in with some Morgans and stuff. So out of, I was probably like 60, 70 bucks into this one, probably about 80 into this one, but like double, triple, quadruple, quintuple your money. Again, I don't do the PCGS submissions anymore. Took a break from it. But if I were to be really, really into Silver Eagles again, like I was when I got back in the hobby, I would definitely look for stuff like this as well. So as always, guys, hopefully this helps you out. Make some decisions on where you're going to go with 2024. But don't be boring. Don't just stack silver and gold. Anyone can do that. Any person can walk into a shop, keep up with the prices. And I get it. Like a lot of people do it because it's simple. But to do stuff like this, it's almost like baseball cards. Like you have to look at the population count, but you also have to look at like, does anybody even care about this? Well, I care about it. I think it's cool. Have I sold any of these newer quarters? Nope. So maybe I made a bad choice on it. But have I sold a lot of the Crossing the Delaware ones? Absolutely. I've made really great profit on those. So all the remaining Crossing the Delaware quarters I have, literally pure profit. Or if I wasn't reselling on eBay, but I was just to make a little bit, money, all that stuff that you're seeing here is basically mine. And I paid for it by just finding it and reselling it. So if I just got out of the hobby today and kept all the stuff for myself, it'll all be paid for. So it's another way of looking at things too. If you're not really looking to create a business, but you're really into the hobby and you like to collect stuff and, flip stuff, and then you got your own stuff basically for free, that's cool. That, I think, is great advice. So anyways, guys, I'll talk to you in the next one. Check out my video on this lighter. I took it all apart. I just did a random video on it. I found a bag inside. Seriously, a bag. And I think it's like a bag of gunpowder. I don't know if someone was like setting this up to be a spy lighter to blow up in someone's face, but it's really, really odd. I've taken a bunch of these apart, and for whatever reason, this one decided to have a little bag inside. So super weird, super strange, but it is what it is. So, but anyways, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.